Believe it or not, that's the first song I learned on the guitar. Is Rasputin by Bonian. I want to talk to you a little bit about my guitar story, how it all started. I think I was 5 years old. We were in a small town called Ranipet in Tamil Nadu. My neighbor, Thiagarajan, was a guitar player. I think he used to play in the local church. My brother Anand and I were fascinated with just the fact that he was playing guitar. For some reason, we just loved going to his place and enjoyed him playing the guitar. He used to play an acoustic guitar. And we would ask him, hey, can you please teach us guitar? He would say, sure, go get a guitar for yourself and I'll teach you. We'll come to our dad and say, Appa, can you please buy a guitar for us? And he would say, why didn't you start learning and then we'll buy a guitar for you? This went on for a little bit. The learning really never happened while I was in Ranipet. But a couple years later, my dad got a job in Chennai, big city. And so he brought the brochure of a school called St.Johns Senior Secondary School one day and showed me and said, look, they have a guitar class here in the school. I saw a photograph of a guitar class in session and I was like, yes, this is the school. I didn't know anything about the academics or whatever it is. Anyway, it didn't matter. It was just the fact that they had a guitar class in the brochure, a photograph of a guitar class, and that was enough for me. So we moved to Chennai and my dad got me an admission in the school for third grade. And talk about disappointment. I walk into the school and I realized that there was no guitar class. And as upsetting as it was, well, I couldn't do anything about it. I still continued in the school. And about 2 or 3 years later, they did eventually have a guitar class. Like one of these after schools in the US. It was after class in the evening, about a half hour, a week, or once every couple of weeks, I don't remember. There was a teacher called Robinson who taught guitar. My dad bought me an acoustic guitar for 200 and something rupees, or maybe even less. And my journey started. My actual playing journey started. And Rasputin was the first song. Of course, I don't think I was playing the song like what I played now, but in some version. It was taught to me, and it was great. But it lasted 2 months, and Robinson left to South Africa. I think he got another job, and hey, back to square one, no guitar teacher. And my dad luckily found one Mr. Shanmugaraj, who happened to be the brother of a family friend, and he was in Chennai, and Shanmugaraj played the guitar. And he offered to teach us meaning me and my brother. So our next phase started with learning from Shanmugaraj. Shanmugaraj was an amazing teacher. He brought in so much passion, positive energy, and a fun approach to teaching that I just simply loved. The content itself, a bit disjointed, not too focused, I guess, and he would just wing it all the time, but the approach was amazing. It was so spontaneous. So one day it would be a Donna Summer song, one day it would be an Ilayaraja song, one day it would just be learning some chords. The information was not organized very well, but we loved it. He would even give periodic tests and stuff like that, and it was just so much fun. And he would hang around for hours. My mom will make idlis and vadas or whatever it is, and it was just a joyous process. But we had one guitar between me and my brother, and we would constantly fight with each other about who should take the guitar now and go to the room and practice. And my brother stood no chance. It was just me. I just forcibly would take the guitar, lock myself up in the room, and would never come out of the room. And there's nothing that anybody else could do. So I knew that the guitar was here to stay. I just loved it so much that I would all the time just sit with my guitar. We learned for about 6, 7 months, and I think Shanmugraj left to Salem, not Salem, New Hampshire, or Salem, Oregon, um, Salem, Tamil Nadu. By now, I was desperate to like get on with things and wanted to learn more. Of course, I was starting to show interest in Carnatic music due to my sister learning vocal and veena, but I still wanted to play Western guitar and I wanted to learn more of that too. Eventually, my dad found another teacher, Samuel Tangadurai. He was a very well, he still is a very highly respected classical guitar player in Chennai. Mr. Tangadurai came home and first thing is he noticed is I don't have fingernails. So he said, you can't play classical guitar. He said, why? Well, you play classical guitar with your nails. He said, what about these artificial nails that veena players use? Like my sister uses that. He said, no, that's not the real technique. And so what do we do? He said, well, I'll teach you how to read music and, I'll prescribe the Ivor Mairon's graduated guitar course 1 through 4. Let's go over it and wait till you grow your nails and then we'll get on to some classical guitar. The nails never grew, but the learning continued and I was so into it. I worked very hard and I finished all those books pretty quickly. And then he bought me this book called 100 Great Rock Songs of the Decade. The decade meaning the 70s at that time. Well, we were in the 80s, but still. It had Hotel California, One of These Nights, How Deep Is Your Love. It had some Simon and Garfunkel stuff. It had lots and lots of stuff. Elton John's Rocket Man, all kinds of stuff. And so that occupied me for a little bit more time. And eventually Samuel Tangadurai left too. But by now, I was set. I was starting to work on my Carnatic music thanks to what was going on at home. I had this 70s rock songs book and all of which was coming together. And of course, the most important part of that particular phase in my life was Ilayaraja's music and Tamil film music and especially that one song, Ilai Nila Porigirathu, which did it for me. So I guess this is the foundation for a rather eclectic journey of so many musical styles. It all happened quite naturally, and to me, I attribute all that to my love for this amazing instrument, the guitar.